What's up, y'all? Today I'm making another one of those videos where I do some community world gameplay and explain my thought process and whatnot, kind of designed for more beginner slash potentially amateur players. So yeah, first of all, we have the Guatemala gray car, pretty standard, and then it's pretty flat, so it could be a small portion of the north, but it's more likely to be south, I'd say. So yeah, I mean, road angle is maybe a little bit weird actually. Road angle can always help a little bit, I'd say. Just don't forget about it. Yeah, it looks a little strange to be honest. I don't know if maybe I'm doubting myself a little bit. Yeah, I mean, it could be north. I don't know, we'll find out though. Okay, yeah, that kind of explains it. That's a tough round though. Next round, we have Russia. Um, you can get this just from this type of sign, um, the yellow border on this pedestrian sign, full white car, no blue stripe. And then it looks a little bit drier, so the drier part is in the south, and as well as that, the short antenna being blurred is really common in the south. It's in like one or two other regions, but it's super common in the south. And I actually cannot read Cyrillic, so I would have to do character matching to figure this one out. Which I kind of don't want to do, but this was probably very 5Kable. Oh, looks like Grozny is 66 kilometers. Maybe I just do try this. 66 kilometers south, and this one is 47, and then this one is 4 kilometers south. So we're like here maybe. Let's see if this lines up. Maybe it's this. Oh, we'll see. Okay, nice. That's a 5K right there. Okay. Next round we have this kind of blue blip, which is only in Europe. So yeah, and then we have a lot of logging going on, a lot of tall, piney trees, which kind of reminds me of like Portugal, northern Spain area. This is a pretty difficult round actually, but that sign looks Portuguese enough. I don't know, we'll try it. Just ignore that I went Germany on Portugal, and we'll move on to this next round, which is white car. So yeah, pretty dry Andean landscape here. So wow, cool set of roads here. So it could be Chile, Bolivia, or Peru. But when you're this thick into the mountains on a dirt road, I don't know, something about it is just screaming Peru. So yeah, and then just click somewhere within the mountains, like deep in the mountains. I think I might go like here or something, but we'll see. Okay, I was kind of a little bit more northern. This one we have the Turkish style trash bin. We have Turkish. We have the white blip, which is in Turkey, among a few other countries. I don't know. There's not a whole lot more to say. They have their water tanks up like this, positioned like that a lot. They have these kind of pattern poles. That's about it. I don't really. Oh, it says Büyükşehir Belediyesi. Büyükşehir, I think, means big city. So whatever it says before that is the big city. And then Dur. But we're not finding this, so I'll just go like Sivas Trust. Go near Malatya. Okay. Totally ignore my other guesses. We have the white blip, which is also in Sweden. I'd say that's where it's most common other than Turkey. And then, yeah, that fits with the red barn architecture and the trees. And then from there, it's slightly hilly, so maybe slightly more north, but it's hard to tell. Yeah, okay. honestly, I consider anything like north of Stockholm kind of north in Sweden. So even though that was central, that does line up with my perception of north. Then we have white car again. I think this one's actually Bolivia, because this type of signpost is very Bolivian. It's like light. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. It's pretty green. I don't know. It could be not Bolivia, but it's the vibes are screaming at me. So I don't know. I'll just go one of these towns here. Okay. Abapo. Okay. Next round, we look to have, yeah, no car. We have the American thing, which in Gen 3, if you have 2 bumps, it's Canada. If you have 1, it's America. But yeah, it looks like we have southern trees here. They're kind of tall. I don't know, recognizable. I don't really know how to explain them. On a highway, looks like no front plates, which also makes sense for the south. And then from there, I don't know, you just vibe it. So this looks like Mississippi. Okay, nice. Next one we have this stubby antenna with a coil, which is Brazil, Ecuador, Colo, Mexico. And then we have piranha pine. This one, super cool tree. Most people know about it. So usually piranha or Santa Catarina sometimes spills into Rio Grande do Sul or Sao Paulo. Looks like we have a wooden pole here, which is pretty common in Rio Grande do Sul, actually. Yeah, not quite sure. I'll just hedge it like here. Okay, I cooked. Next round we have all white, which is not, or double white and all white on the outside, which is not super common. We also have the black sticker, which is mainland Malaysia only. And then Kuala, I can't see. Kuala Pasir, Kuala Te, is it? I don't know. We'll just guess in the middle. Tahan, I think, was what it was looking for. Alright, next up we have white car. So as we know, it can also be in southern Africa. And these hills quite resemble Lesotho with the lighter exposed rock along the hill. And yeah, that's I mean, it could be Eswatini, but I don't think so. We're crossing a river. Is this findable? Probably not, but you have to give it a shot. Because if you get it right, it looks really cool. So that's my tip for why you should always try and find something. At least give it a quick shot. I mean, this isn't right, but okay. I mean, I actually didn't make a terrible guess within Lesotho, so hashtag not mad. Here we go in Europe. Very brick focused. I don't know, that's definitely not the best way to describe it, but Belgium, Netherlands, parts of Germany, parts of northern France do that. Parts of Denmark. So I'm trying to figure this one out, if it's Germany or Denmark is my main thoughts. That looks like a German sign with the white sign with the black letters. And then the copyright, all of Germany was covered after 2023, so that checks out. So I think it should be kind of northwest Germany because of that brick architecture. That's perfect. Next round we get the same antenna. This time it'll be Ecuador. This type of bollard is only in Ecuador. I actually had a map of where it was, but I don't quite remember it. And they often use like circular poles. We'll figure out where this one is. Maybe a national park. Nope. I cooked though. Next round we have Australian bollards. Very tropical. No car. Wonder if this is Coco's Island, because it looks really tropical and weird. I'm assuming it is, but Christmas, I guess. I'm not really sure though. We'll see. Okay, it is. That one, not a whole lot to say. This one you have the UK yellow outside lines. Maybe they do it in Ireland too, but there's a yellow backplate, so we have to be in the UK. Fiddler's Green. That's actually only found in, yeah, I have no idea. It looks like there's some white architecture. I'm wondering if that could be near, maybe a Northern Ireland vibe. This one, it looks kind of northern. That's just all I can tell, but yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, 24-3. That's actually a good seed. I mean, I could have done better in round 2 or possibly round 5, I guess, but 24-3 is good. This one we have the slight like reddish car with the long antenna, so it should be Ukraine. And then we have the chevron, which is common in Ukraine, and then the absolute abysmal road quality is so good for Ukraine. Some Russian roads also have bad road quality, but like almost all Ukrainian ones do, so that's actually a surprisingly good meta. Aside from that, region guessing, my tip is just don't even try. Yeah, because nobody's getting that unless you're, I don't know. Shout out if you do get that. This one pretty free. Surely just London. If it's Birmingham, I might shoot myself. Let me just make sure it doesn't say it anywhere. Wait, it kind of looks like Birmingham though. Okay, you know what? I'm going Birmingham. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. I'm going downtown Birmingham. I'm actually the best city guesser in the world. Okay. Here we go. We have a Thai sign. They also have these white, black, white bollards. And they drive on the left, which is pretty good. For Thailand, yeah, they have black paint at the bottom of most of their poles. Yeah, that's about all I can think of right now. The only hilly areas are northwest and all the way south, or the hilly areas that are green for the most part. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna send here. Oh, that was as far as I could get away. Don't mind the terrible region guess. Still got the country streak. This one we're driving on the left again. We do have the New Zealand bollard, which many people mistake for Australia, but it doesn't wrap all the way around. It also goes all the way to the end when you see it. Yeah, that should say the road number 5 or the 1, something like that. Let me see if it's either of these. Or is this the 6? It could be the 6. Looks like it says the 5. I don't know. I'm gonna give this one a shot. So you might as well. There's no harm in trying. I don't think it's this, but yeah, we'll see. Oh wow, it's near Taupo. Okay, quite the miss there. Okay, but we got Swedish car with the short dashes and Swedish flag, and this snow pole with the white in the middle, which is Sweden and Norway. So about as much Sweden things as you can get. This round you just go Stockholm. Nope, you go more north. Okay. Okay, looks like we got another Sweden. Sweden also has this Gen 3 white car with long antenna. I'd say if it looks very yellow, farmlandy with some bigger trees, then you're safe to go pretty south, but there's quite a bit of bait that's also just near Stockholm, so. Oh, Gotland, okay. That's also possible to get. I don't know why I'm speedrunning through these so quickly, but yeah, let's see. Here we got, what do we have here? We have the red bollard, which is in Greece, or Hungary, Croatia, maybe Bulgaria. So yeah, you have to, I guess, deduce from that. It doesn't really look like Hungary, it's a little too hilly, so I guess Croatia's possible. Is it not Bulgaria? Maybe I'm missing something. That's gotta be Bulgaria. I've got to be missing something. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, just the vibes. This one we have an Australia. Sign is set up for the left side. You have the Australian bollard. You don't have the like super metal rusted poles in Northern Territory, but we are. It appears pretty inland, outbacky. So Curly maybe is the town. Yeah, I don't know. This is an interesting round actually. Wait, it's not Cloncurry. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just guess here, but this doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, my guess. Actually, it wasn't terrible. It was Queensland. Next round, we have what looks to be the USA. And it should be plains. It's pretty flat. But the pavement doesn't really indicate Texas, Oklahoma, so I'm thinking anywhere Kansas up. And I think the ideal hedge is just Nebraska. So it's Kansas. That's fine. Here we go with a short plate with double blue on the side, which is only in Italy. We have the Italian bollard with the black at the top. And it looks pretty alpine. I don't know. I'm just gonna click north. Yep. Here we go with what looks like Canada. Canada loves to do this single unbroken yellow line. The US does not do it as much, almost never. And then front plates, which means that since we're probably on the eastern side, not in British Columbia or Manitoba, we should be in Ontario or New Brunswick. And Scotiabank is everywhere. Don't take that into account. This is really interesting, actually. What does it say? Munel Unge? Kind of want to check if it's a thing. I don't know. It might be a little safer to go just Toronto area. We'll see though. Oh wow, it is Ontario, but Kenora. Okay, interesting round. Here we go with a no idea what this is. It should be Europe with the car. We have Bern. Is that Ferns? No, this is really weird. Well, we have like Swedish architecture. Soil looks a little red, which I associate with here. No, Sweden, Norway? Okay, it's Sweden. Now here we have what looks to be, well, we have Locam, so it should be Switzerland. We have a lake south, so could be the main lake and we're only seeing part of it. Could be a smaller lake. It's a smaller lake, okay. Cool. Here we go with white car, and we have this type of brick architecture, which is common in Peru and Bolivia. These mountains are pretty distinct, though. These are the mountains around La Paz, and specifically these choppy ones, I think, are eastern La Paz. So, well, I mean, is this a possible 5K? You know what they say, you gotta try it. It's what they say. I don't make the rules. That's not it. Is this possible? This looks kind of possible. Give it a shot. Okay, that's a 5K. Love to see it. Next up, we got the European blip. It looks very, well, it's obviously coastal. You have Spanish. It could be, it looks like an island to me. Maybe even a Canaries Island or one of these. So we look and we can see north we have more small islands. Oasis. It's very touristy. It's in English too, so yeah, I think that makes quite a bit of sense. Yeah, I don't really know actually. I'll try this one. Okay, well, I should have guessed right on the beach because that was a good guess. All right, so I'll play maybe two more, something like that. This is about the rarest Canada car you can get. I forget quite where it is. It's like a Inuit name, I think. I mean, maybe it's, I don't know where it is. I'm curious to see. Tulita, and it's also one of these towns up here, right? Interesting. Okay, that one was just kind of an outlier, so we're gonna skip past that. Looks like we have, oh, yellow sign. Um, this is a German style sign, the Landkreis at the bottom, and then it looks like the western northwestern style architecture, and it's really flat, so I'm gonna head more north. Yeah, okay, that worked out pretty well. This one we have yellow outer lines, white inner lines, which is only in southern Africa and the Middle East. But you can solve that by which side of the road you're driving on. So we're driving on the left. We also have a white car. So we will be in southern Africa. And this very sandy landscape is quite reminiscent of Botswana, as well as the black-yellow curb and signpost is only in Botswana out of all these countries. And then we're on the A1 north, oh, South Daganzi and Sahithwa. It looks like Sahithwa is north. I don't think this is Ganzi actually, but we'll see what this is. It could be. This doesn't feel quite right though. So, oh. Let's see if there's a town in between. That could make some sense. Not really. We'll see. Okay, just a random little thing. Okay, here we go with a Canada flag. That's probably regional flag, and that is East Ukraine, maybe. Yeah, what else do we have? That black circle with white number is a Manitoba specific sign. But yeah, being pretty flat and green also checks out for Manitoba, so nice, perfect. This one we got a Russia with the baller spam. I think it's not Ukraine. I think it is Russia. The road quality looks a little too good for Ukraine. Anyways, it could be Kaliningrad, because Kaliningrad's often hazy and has this like autumny coverage. So I'm gonna give it a shot actually. Okay, perfect. Yeah, one or two more. And on a good seed, we look to have, I think, Norway here. If I'm not mistaken. Norway does have on a lot of their bands green plates, so that works out perfectly. And it's super incredibly flat, so should be Oslo or one of these southern towns. So yeah. Okay, pretty southern. Then, whoa, this is super cool. I don't actually think I'll make a good guess here, but should be Europe. The architecture, potentially Portuguese with white and the red roof, but also potentially just anything ever in the world. I don't think I'm finding any clues here. It's interesting. There's town west and town east. So I'm thinking, could it be? I'm just trying to think if any of these could make some sense. Yeah, I don't really know, because there's population on each side. I mean, this doesn't look horrible, but it's not right, because the water's too close. Let me see if I can look for something actually up here. Nah, I don't think so. We'll figure it out. Okay. Well, that was actually super findable. If I scan a little bit longer. So we have blackback a sign here. Does not look like we have Italian plate. So what are the other options? Maybe Romania? Doesn't feel quite right though. Oh, Germany has blackback a sign too. And the copyright is 2023, so it's possible. This type of style I associate more with the southern half of the country. So I don't know, I'm just gonna click central southern. Yeah, okay, perfect. Round 4, we have a long antenna with no car. That's very common in Ukraine. It's very green. Looks like those are the like taller, darker bark trees, which are usually Kiev and west of Kiev. I think that checks out. Oh wow, it's Lithuania, as close to Belarus as possible. That's pretty shocking. But we do have a Senegal here. They do the French dashes. They have French style poles, very commonly used. That's yeah, that's all I can think of for them. Yeah, that's Senegal. As for where, I don't know if I can actually find this. Probably not, but I kind of want to try. I want to try here maybe. So there's a road. Oh no, this doesn't seem quite right, but we'll see. It is right, so it's a nice way to end the video, I guess. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.